Happy Days here. In today's video, we are taking on Day 5 of Grand Party Season 19. We're going to try to switch up our strategy a little bit today. I did end up pulling the Legend Shanks on his debut part. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just switch our leader to Shanks. I just want to try him out. His leader ability is really interesting with the fact that it can kind of do heals. As long as you wait 50 seconds, and then it can do a bunch of damage. So it's actually a pretty good counter to the G5 burst, because as soon as they use the burst, as long as 50 seconds have passed, you can just go ahead and use your GP burst as well, and you get healed back 70% of the 70% of the HP of the units, and you do some damage after that as well. So we're gonna try this unit out. There's no downside because we obviously can't get any more rewards. We got the max 10 for this season, and also this gives a chance to try out the new Dex team as well at the bottom here. So I ended up swapping out my Dofi for the new Legend Ace. Legend Ace that I pulled yesterday. So yeah, we'll see how he does. We'll see how this GP leader goes. So let's just go ahead and take on this first team here. It's kind of a hodgepodge team, so we're just going to go ahead and use... we'll keep this order. Order doesn't really matter too much here. So we'll see. I'm hoping that they have a slasher team somewhere in here, because I really want to see how this works versus the slasher team's burst, right? Usually if you have Mihawk or S-Hawk or Roger or Whitebeard out there, you take a pretty big HP cut, right? So the fact that you could potentially, if you're not facing him in the first match, wait the 50 seconds, get his special ready, and you can use it actually 4 times, which is kind of crazy. So, you know, if you have those long matches, especially because he boosts powerhouse characters, and that's a big component of the Dex teams, it just lets you just kind of keep on building the gauge there. So, yeah, you can see it gives buffs to Cerebral Powerhouse Slashers, and then it does some damage after that heal. And also gives CT reduction as well, which is pretty fantastic. So yeah, it just gives gives a bunch of buffs. Sorry, it's actually, I think, the Ace unit that heals. I don't think this guy actually heals. Sorry about that. So he doesn't heal. He just gives a bunch of buffs to units and gives CT reduction for the team, which is nice. So it doesn't matter what the it doesn't matter at all what the classes or anything like that are. It will give your whole team 20% reduction, which is kind of crazy. So wait, we're in no danger of losing or anything like that, so we can just kind of hang on to the burst and save it for the second fight, see what happens. I'm just going to move the Dex team to that second slot, just so I can test out the new Ace that's there, see how he does. From what I've seen, it looks like he hits pretty hard, hits like a tank. So even though we lose that damage that Dofi does really good over time, and it gets stronger over time, just the fact that it's a more concentrated burst there, I think it'll be interesting to see how that ends up playing out. So let's go ahead and swap the team. Like I said, we'll have the Dex team go second. Hopefully we're not facing a Strength team. Looks like Dex versus Dex from what I can see. And they have the new Ace as well. Now, they don't have Big Mom, and they don't have Luffy, so that's kind of, you know, a big advantage for us. So let's we'll wait just a little bit, just to let the specials kind of get maybe halfway, and then we'll pop our specials. So that way, once our specials go off, we should be in a really good spot. Yeah, that attack, speed, and defense up level 6 for 20 seconds is pretty crazy. And then that hit afterwards hits through defense, which is pretty nice as well. So we'll go ahead and use it. Pretty much almost instantly charges everyone's specials, even though they were always pretty close to going anyway. This is the tanky team, so we can take kind of shots like this without too much worries there. Our level 150 Luffy there, just kind of hidden. Looks like Ace is coming up next, so let's see what he can actually do. Wow, that was kind of crazy. And our burst is charged right again, so we could literally just... wow. Yeah, that is a pretty crazy captain ability there. it just keeps getting that stats up and doing that damage. So wow, I get the 4 times with this guy is actually going to be pretty crazy. And Big Mom's just come in with half stats and just clean up. So you do charge his burst gauge by doing damage. So that's the good news, especially with like the Slasher team, which does a lot of damage really quick. Even that team that I start off with does damage like super quick. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into match number 2 of the day. I want to take on that Luffy in the first slot there, mostly because I just want to see how do I want to do this. So let's go ahead and move the Dex team first. They charge their into Luffy's burst by how much damage they take. So while this team doesn't do like a ton of damage really quick, when they do hit, they hit pretty crazy. So I want to see, and this is okay. So it's kind of a slasher team with the int Luffy on the bench. Okay, I thought it was gonna be int team. So yeah, interesting combo there. Like I said, we have a lot of HP, which is good for us. So hopefully we might be able to survive the hits from both of those units, but we'll have to see just because they do hit pretty crazy. We're going to take a shot right here from Whitebeard. Oh, unfortunately for us, because Big Mom is kind of the big damage dealer on this team. So yeah, not off to a great start so far. Odin has a type advantage against us. So yeah, when S-Hawk goes, it's probably going to be pretty bad. We are going to have a 35% HP cut across the whole team here, so at least that part is a little bit nice. But S-Hawk's going to go and pretty much wipe out 3 units here, which is going to probably be GG's for us for this first match. So you can see we still haven't really had a chance for any of our main units to go. We haven't had a chance for Big Mom to go. We haven't had a chance for Ace to go. So yeah, I think either way this match is lost. So we'll just see what happens here. And the burst is going to pretty much seal the deal for us. Yep. All right. So we lost match 1. Not the end of the world. Sometimes it is what it is. So let's go into match number 2 and see what we got here. So I'm going to throw my Slash team in the middle just because I'll kind of hopefully guarantee that win for the second slot. And then we'll kind of go from there. It looks like it's a Dex. No, that's a Strength team. Yeah. So we got a Strength team here. Like I said, we'll just wait till our specials get a little bit more charged. The downside of the Strength team is, of course, they're kind of don't really have high HP, so it's really easy to kill them if you get a burst of your own off. So we'll see what happens there. Actually, I'm going to use my Ace. I just thought I could get the CT reduction, so there's probably no downside to using it now. Just to make sure that when the units come up, actually, that's going forward. That would probably be a good strategy, just to make sure that your units that you're using, that if you have a burst ready, you just use that at the beginning of the match to get the most out of charging that CT speed. So luckily, Zoro and Sanji here are just going to burst everyone to the front, which is awesome. You'd like to see it. Okay, so you do get a shield there, so that's always good. You like to see that. S-Hawk comes in, just wipes out 3 units without any problems at all. And yeah, at this point, it's pretty much over. Yeah, so that's actually kind of really crazy how quick it can actually charge your CT time. Our free spirits get kicked out because of the Luffy that's there. Like I said, perfectly fine. Our Slasher team has more than enough power to withstand these guys. It's not a big deal for us at all. When Roger and Whitebeard go, they'll just wipe out them and just finish the match there. All right, there we go. Roger and Whitebeard come in clutch, end up winning that second match for us, and just put us in a really good spot for match number 3. So they don't have a slasher team. They don't have a strength team. So that's the good news for us. Let's get a free spirit team. So yeah, this team actually does really well, especially with the Bonnie debuffs there. The Atlas Legend hits hard. The Luffy hits hard. Vegapunk does some CT reduction. Uta hits pretty hard. So yeah, and we have Smoker on the back bench for some action bind as well. So we're going to go ahead and just use the special early. Like I said, the more damage we do, we can actually get the special charged again. So we could probably actually use it in this match. You know, once we have 1 or 2 of our units go, should be pretty easy to have them kick off. Unfortunately, he did Otama. I was actually hoping that they would do Nami and Karina. Let's see if Bonnie can do Nami and Karina. Nope. Yeah, so that's unfortunate because she's going to rewind some of our specials there. That's all right. We just basically have to wait for our units to be able to go. That way we can just get that special charge one more time and do a bunch of damage there. Now our team at this point is going to start doing some attacking, which is good. This is those 8 hits that is just kind of crazy that Atlas does. Like it's just crazy how much damage you can actually do. Once I have her fully maxed out at some point down the line, I think it's gonna be really crazy. So unfortunately, we got our specials rewounded again by Nami and Karina. That is unfortunate, but like I said, it's more just delaying the inevitable at this point. Bonnie's just going to miss out on her special here, I think. Oh, no. She actually got it off. So let's see. That should take care of Otama, at least. At least they won't be able to heal right away. Uta's finally going to go. Almost 60 seconds into the match. So yeah, it'd be nice if our Luffy could go at some point today, but unfortunately he gets rewound again. Like I said, we'll win this anyway. We're not going to lose our units, and we're going to have more. So worst case, we'll have more units than they do, and we'll win that way. But unfortunately, just Nami and Karina just kept coming in. Ooh, actually, that is not good. That was pretty bad. Hopefully, Smoker can do something here to help us get back there. There we go. Smoker helping come in clutch there. Special bind Zoro, so we can't do the provoke, which is great. If we could just get Alice to go or Uta to go, that should hopefully wrap it up. Yeah, so just bad luck there with we kept getting our specials rewound from Nami and Karina there, which was kind of a pain. But end of the day, we ended up able to beat that 3rd number match to get the first win of the day. Or sorry, 2nd win of the day. Forgot it. Time flies when you're having fun in Grand Party. So this will be the last match of the day, assuming I can win. So let's go ahead and take on the Luffy team again. Why not? So I'm going to go with that same strategy that I did last time and assume that it's a int team that's up front. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not another slasher team, but we'll see. Okay, good. That looks like the traditional int team that we're used to seeing. Of course, they could do a bunch of damage. They have S-Hawk on the back bench there. So yeah, we'll just plug along. Now they do only have 2 bursts with their Luffy, so if we can get them to do 1 in this round, whether we win or lose, and do another one in the 2nd round, that will just, you know, give us at least hopefully 1 or 2 special charges for that last match that we have there. Luffy just missed out on going, unfortunately, and you see how bad the CT speed is for Ace here. Like, he's not even halfway charged when a lot of units already have their burst ready to go there. That's unfortunate for us because we have Whitebeard, who does a ton of damage. This is a 35% HP cut, so unfortunately, because just of the luck so far, we haven't really been able to have a lot of high-hitting units go. Big Mom's pretty close to dying as well, which is not good, but I think she'll be able to get her special off at least here, which will unfortunately charge their burst. But then we'll have Ace, who's hopefully going to be going not too long after, if everything kind of goes well here. Okay, so apparently the Dex team's not great against this Int team, or just going to be buffs for this season. But they're hitting like super hard and doing like no damage at all. Even with half stats, yeah. I think we're going to lose this first match here. Yeah, so let's just see. Hopefully we can do as much damage as we can, just so we can try to get our burst ready for the second and third matches. It would be good if we could do just a little bit more damage, just so we could force them to use one burst here. It would just make a better chance of us winning the preceding matches there if they do that. Yep, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have enough damage to charge their burst, which means that they're going to be able to use their burst going into that second match there. So yeah, unfortunately, Dex isn't as crazy powerful as I thought. Like I said, maybe against different team, it would be a different result there. But at least for what we just saw there, the Dex versus the Int just wasn't quite great, wasn't quite up to snuff there with what we're used to seeing. So the second team we're facing here is, of course, the Strength team. You have the Razor unit, which you just have to watch out for. That special reverse is just really annoying. But yeah, I think what I've come my way with so far on this video is I don't think that Shanks is a bad captain. I think what he does is interesting, and having 4 chances to do it will be obviously really interesting. And if I had a Strength team in that slot instead of my Dex team, it would probably be a lot better. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. I think Luffy's probably the better GP leader out of those, and that kind of makes sense, right? Because he's kind of like a crazier version of his Psy version, right? So, unfortunately, I was hoping that would have been enough for us to. Let's see. I'm gonna try to use my special right here. Hopefully, it registers me doing it before their burst. Let's see. So it does, but they're going to use their burst right here. Yep. Yeah, that Luffy burst is just nuts in terms of what it can do. So yeah, we're going to lose the second match here, which basically means that we'll have to find another opponent. But this is why we like to experiment on these days, where losing doesn't mean anything. We have a limited retry, so it really doesn't matter. Kuma's going to do damage to defense and pretty much just end this. Oh, wow. I cannot believe I somehow came out with a victory there. That was insane. I didn't think there was going to be any shred of hope that I had of winning that match there. And now it's going to be our Int team versus their Dex team there. So kind of a mirror match that for us. They do have Roger on their team, which obviously makes them a little bit better than us. But yeah, let's go ahead and just use our special right away. The good news is we're not going to get... Oh, actually, we're taking another hit. Oh, that burst is just so crazy from Luffy. I forgot that we didn't take a burst in the first round, so yeah, that obviously changes things a little bit. Good news is the Dex team really doesn't have a lot of huge damage dealers, except for now Big Mom and as well as the Ace unit there. But outside of that, they don't have like a ton of like really crazy hard-hitting units here. So if we can get lucky here, maybe we can get Luffy to go. I'll get some special rewind there, which should hopefully help out. That's good. Luffy's going to go here. Now Ucha's going to go. Yeah, so you can just see, like, Atlas is just hitting for just an insane amount of damage there. So their backbench is going to come in. Could go 50-50, just depending on how things go here. But yeah, unfortunately, we have to wait for our specials to charge, which is kind of the downside that's there. So he rewinds Moria, but the problem that we have is Luffy is still alive. He is above 50% HP, so that part is good for us. That should mean that hopefully he won't give automatic CT to someone else, but this is going to hurt. Yep, that's going to hurt. So we still have Kizaru left. I don't know what Kizaru's... Oh, okay. Yep, that's going to end it right there. Ace's special. So yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, a burst can just change everything there. So is what it is. Sometimes it's bad luck. Like I said, that's why we're experimenting this day. Normal PvP rounds, I don't bring that Dex team for... just because now the meta is really just as much damage as you can, as fast as you can, right? So we're going to go ahead and lose that. Unfortunate, because that was a lot of time. But like I said, just goes to show you that you just got to be aware of that burst of the new Luffy. It's just crazy how much damage it can do and how much buffs it can do. So let's go ahead and just do an update. We'll see if we find another Luffy captain there. Let's take on this guy. And what we're going to do first is we're going to have our Slasher team go first. Like I said, they charge their G5 burst by taking damage. Slasher team is going to 100% trigger that for them. So our goal is hopefully to take out a bunch of their units. And then the good news for us is they have Dory and Bragi on the bench. We have Shiki, who does a lot of damage against Slashers. So if some units on the front line die and they come in, hopefully they'll be able to kind of help take out that backbench. They do have Smoker on that team, so you have to watch out for the special bind that he does, and it's for like 20 seconds, so it's kind of crazy in terms of how long it does. But yeah, so let's see what happens here. Unfortunately, S-Hawk just missed out on going. We got that shield, that's nice, but pretty much all their specials are just about ready to go. Luckily, Luffy's just missed out, so that was a huge thing for us. Unfortunately, we weren't able to knock out any of their units. Pudding's going to give a bunch of CT. We're going to have Bonnie reverse some specials on our units, which is a pain in the butt. So Smoker is going to bind as well. Yeah. So this is a team, if you've seen the Toski videos, this is the team that Toadski has kind of been using for the int. And you can see why. Like, it's pretty crazy, just the amount of, how quick it can go off and the damage it can do. It's kind of nuts. So you can see exactly why. So we're going to take some pretty big hit here from Luffy, unfortunately. Shanks is going to come back in. Give some shield to some units, which is always good. You like to see the shield. Of course, Pudding's going to get their specials going up pretty quick. I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen them use their burst yet. It's been charged for probably like 10 seconds. AI is probably just holding and waiting. Yeah, it's just unfortunate for us that our units just aren't getting in there, even though Shiki coming in actually helps us out a little bit just because they have some slashers out there. So hopefully... and then we take a burst. Yep, this Luffy is going to be completely annoying to go against in future seasons unless you have your own Luffy and try to get the bursts out before they go. But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna lose another match here. That's okay. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what their second team is. I guess we'll swap. We'll have the int team go second. Just the order really doesn't matter. So it'll be int versus slasher. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. They do have the cracker to increase CT speed. It's kind of pretty much a mirror of the slash team we had last match. Just with I have the Shanks unit in place of cracker there. So let's see what happens. Unfortunately, I didn't even do enough damage in that last match to get the burst gauge charge more than like 30%. If I was able to get the Shank special going right away in this match, then with that 20% boost, I might have been able to have a chance to go before they went. But unfortunately, it looks like that's just not happening. I'm going to lose 2 units here. And it's, of course, 2 damage dealing units. So yeah, this isn't going to be a good one. And it's going to burst all their specials to the top. So yeah, this is going to be another L. It looks like, unfortunately. Yep, he just does so much damage. So what I'm going to try is I'm just going to move my strength team back up to the front. I think that's probably more of the play. Just because, like I said, the problem that we have with the Dex team is that it just doesn't do enough damage to kind of get out there quick enough. So we're going to go ahead and change our GP team real quick here. Just bear with me for 1 sec while we get this done. So the GP team that I typically like to use for strength is typically I will have my Luffy out front just because he's completely maxed out. Level Wake 150, fully rainbowed. So he just hits like an absolute tank. Then we have Kobe out here, who just does the special CT. Usually we use the Jack for the HP cut. Law because he just does a bunch of damage there. And then Kaido in the last slot. And then on the bench, we just usually have units like Kuma, who does damage to defense. Cracker's a good choice as well. And who else do I want to throw in there? And we'll do King as well, just because he hit through defense. So let's go ahead and keep the same leader, but we'll go with this team. So let's see if we can retake. We'll just do this first team here. And we're going to have our strength team go first. So you have to play around with the Dex team and see what's going on. Like I said, I don't know why it hit so bad against that int team that we played in that match before. Yeah, unfortunately for us, we're facing a quick team, so we're already at type disadvantage. But Luffy is crazy in the amount of damage he can do. So we might actually still have a good chance of winning this match. There's also the pain of day 5 when you can't see your opponent and it becomes a lot more RNG, which is just a pain, which is why I think they should set the max rewards to either 10 or 12 just to make a little bit more sense and a little less RNG. But don't think it's going to happen. It's Bandai. So yeah. So yeah, unfortunately we're stuck just waiting. Yeah, that's just, bad luck for us again. Yeah, Smoothian is just crazy with the amount of special bind that she can do on you. It's crazy. It'd be nice if Luffy could go at some point, just because he hasn't even got a chance to go once yet, which is kind of crazy. And he's dead. Yeah. Alright, so we lost that first match. Didn't even charge their damage burst more than halfway, so that just tells you kind of what state we're in there. This is an interesting team. It looks like it's meant to really debuff the Psy units. You have the Konus there, you have the Shanks, you have the Apu. So the good news is we don't have any Psy units on here except for Cat in the back row there. So hopefully we should be good. Now we are probably going to take a burst, I'm guessing. But we'll see if the AI chooses to use the burst once our units go and kind of fully charge his meter there. Shanks with the HP cut. Oh, I forgot. Shanks is a Psy unit. That would explain why he went down so quick there. Yeah, I forgot that Shanks is a Psy unit. So we'll use it here. We'll just charge our specials just a little bit more. Hopefully get S-Hawk to go a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, it didn't hit one of the guys who it actually would have killed. But Odin comes in, does a bunch of damage there. Shiki's gonna come in. Yeah, neither of those units are slashers, so it really didn't do much there. All right, so we're gonna keep going here. We're gonna probably lose again, which seems to be the theme of the day there. But that's fine. We'll just go ahead and skip that match. Unfortunately for us, we just had really bad luck on that type disadvantage on that first match. So let's go ahead and take it on again, except we'll try to swap the order there and just see what happens. So I'm going to take this team, and we know I'm going to have Slashers go first, and then we'll have our Strength team probably go second there. So with this team, we should be able to charge our special hopefully really quick. It just depends if we get our special reround by Smoothie. That's kind of the big factor there, is that how often or how quick does she get her special reverse in, which then directly affects what we're able to do there. Gonna take a shot here from Akainu. Shanks comes in, gives us all shields, which is great. Unfortunately, Smoothie goes, which is just unfortunate. But at least she doesn't get S-Hawk or Roger Whitebeard, who are kind of the two key units there. Cross-Guild's going to go. Yeah, that special CT delay just is a killer. Yeah, and they actually have a burst ready to go too, that they haven't used, which is interesting. There we go. S-Hawk finally wipes out the whole front line. I'm going to go 4K shot. Oh, actually, I thought that was going to be a worse hit there. So let's just go ahead and use Shank special here. Hopefully we can just kill one more if we're lucky. All right. Yeah, so that's good. That means we are going to take a burst off Riff next time, which is kind of unfortunate for us. The good news, though, is our special is charged and ready to go. So yeah, it's just a question of, that second team is meant to take out, obviously, the Psy team. But the concern that I have is if I have my Strength team go, but we'll see what happens. But I'm just concerned that that Strength team will end up taking that burst and losing just a ton of health there. So I'm going to see if I can use my shield first before they can use their leader ability. I'm hoping it'll let me, but usually I think it's automatic. They can go first if the CPU choose to do so. Yep. So yeah. We're just going to use our burst. Hopefully we can get our specials going a little bit quicker, get that 20% CT reduction. So that way we can either get Kobe going or get Luffy going. That's really the key to getting this team to really do a bunch of damage. It'd be nice if we could get Jack to go before Kobe or Luffy goes. Just give a bunch of HP cuts, just makes things a little bit easier. Luckily, once the team gets below 50%, Kobe gives a shield. Kaido does some additional damage, so there's some good stuff that happens once you get low HP for this team. Let's see, unfortunately, their Luffy's probably going to go, and that's probably going to wipe out our whole bench, most likely. Yep. Oh, wow, okay. I thought that was going to do a lot more damage, but we'll see. Luffy's going to come in. Hopefully he hits pretty hard. I'm hoping that he just does a ton of damage here. And that's why, if you can get him off, he's just ridiculous. We take another burst, and that's gonna spell it for us. But we have one more burst that they don't. So they are out of burst now, which is good. So yeah, we'll have to see what that third team is. I'm guessing it's probably the Slasher team. Let's take a look. Oh, so it's the Dex team. Okay. And it's not even like a fully maxed out Dex team. So yeah, this should actually be a pretty straightforward win here. Yeah, none of the newer units. You have Danshin Zhao who can make specials reverse and things like that. But other than that, it shouldn't be too hard. So hopefully you guys like these matches. Like I said, I like these kind of experimenting matches because you can actually see how these teams do versus different teams, right? And see how rule sets change. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these videos. Obviously, leave a like and subscribe if you did. And yeah, hopefully we'll play this out and we'll get our final win for the day. Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, she's doing like 2.5k hits, and she does 5 of them at a time. I love that unit's ability to just hit hard in int, and then Luffy hits hard in int, and Uda hits hard in int. Like, it's kind of crazy. Once this team gets going, they can really take you out. And I might do a showcase video here against that Slasher team on the Rumble matches, just because if you have like Nami and Karina in here as well, like, you can just completely stop them from using their specials. Let Luffy go, let Atlas go, and she'll just take out everyone. And it's kind of crazy how that happens. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. There's only two units left. No chance for them to beat us there. So yeah, we get match number 3 complete for the day, up to 15 wins. Obviously, had to do a couple extra matches there to get it, just based on the Shanks captain that we had there. So we'll see. I think obviously going into it, I thought Luffy as a GP leader was still better. And coming out of it, I think that's still the case there. So definitely, if you have Luffy, he's probably the gameplay to do there. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, when you're done for the day, set your leader to a non-burst captain. Lets everyone get the max amount of wins even quicker. Luckily, this is a pretty easy season because there's only 10 wins required. So until next time, be kind to each other and wish me luck on pulling Roger later tonight. See ya.